Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dragalia Foundry, a fan channel where everything Dragalia Lost can be found. This video is going to contain some gameplay from and my initial impressions on the Fortune's Fray Coliseum Event. We've never before had a Coliseum event as a standalone event in Dragalia Lost, so I'm pretty excited to check this out. It just released today. I have not played through anything, but I have read the prologue story for the event that popped up when I clicked into the event page. So far, I haven't collected any endeavors or done any dailies, so basically we're going to play as much as we can, try clear as much content as possible with the stamina we have, hopefully finish off our dailies, and get some of these limited endeavors as well, because it looks like there's tons of rupees here, which kind of differentiates this from onslaught and defensive battle events a little bit. Otherwise, some of the same rewards like a small amount of wormites, looking glasses, some of the same epithets like the combat veteran epithet, and some twinkling sand. And just judging by the prestige trade here, or reward list I should say, it looks really similar to those two event types. If you're newer to Dragalia Lost, usually around the middle of the month we'll get either an onslaught or defensive battle event, and for the first time now we have a Coliseum event in the mix. I hope that if this is fun, this event type continues, but we don't know that for sure. It could be just a one-of for the new year. But there's the prestige rewards, and then the treasure trade is actually separate. So the treasure trade is here, and this looks fairly similar, kind of par for the course as far as these event types. Usually these mid-month events are a little bit lower in production value, but still pretty fun to kind of go through. The story is usually a really light affair. Let's go ahead and click into View Quests. Alright, well, this is a pleasant surprise. So in addition to the music being the New Year's raid theme, we also have this really nice background artwork compared to what this normally looks like. It's just a static, similar map of Alberia every defensive and onslaught battle event. This time they went the extra mile and have this whole Hinamatoan look to this page. That is pretty nice. Glad to see this level of detail. Hopefully we see that level of detail in the quests as well. And so from what I gathered from the first story segment, basically we're competing in a tournament. It's a tournament arc similar to what you'd see in, let's say, shonen anime. So hopefully we're able to win our way through the tournament in the end. The first chapter of the story pit Luca and Elisanne sort of at odds with one another about trying to win, both for good reasons. And even Ieyasu showed up as a nice challenger for us. So presumably Ieyasu is going to be who we battle in this portion of things. And hopefully we actually have a real battle against him to end the beginner difficulty. I'm going to go ahead and skip through this since these rewards are kind of just the same as always, I would imagine. So, first preliminary round beginner, and then second preliminary round. The story kind of explained things as these qualifying rounds involving us fighting fiends. It's a way to pad out the content in the event, basically. But I do wonder if we were to have Coliseum events be more of a permanent mode type. How many stories can you fit into the schema of a tournament arc? Certainly several, right? Like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z obviously kind of cornered the market on having multiple different tournament arcs. The other anime that comes to mind from when I was younger is Yu Yu Hakusho had a tournament arc, which is really when I kind of first really got into that series. So I enjoyed that. First round of the tournament, solo combat. So does this count as a duel? I saw that there was something called duels for this event. I suppose we'll go Yuden for convenience sake here. And I'm just going to use my standard kit, modified a little bit, so I don't think it's going to be easy for me to maintain a combo. I'm not really planning on bringing Frostbite to things, so instead of Frostbite Punisher, what do we want to use? Well, for critical rate, I guess we can use Overdrive Punisher, and then we'll overcap a little bit on this, but that's fine. I don't think that this is going to be too hard. It's the beginner difficulty. And even after this, I really don't think it's going to be particularly difficult either. So let's duel. It even said duel there, so I do suppose this is the one-on-one content portion. Yeah, as a kid, I would say, oh, it's on auto. Let's just let it do its thing. Oh, why did we even optimize? Ieyasu, for shame, dude. I know your life is shortened because you're a Worm Clan leader, but that's just too short, man. Wow, okay. Well, that was honestly a little too easy. That is the nature of Dragalia. As you power up, beginner content does become easier. I kind of wish that was just a fixed stats quest, to be honest, instead of having it scale up in difficulty. Maybe a fixed stats but generous stats quest could be a way to make it still be considered easy or easier than the subsequent rounds. So let's just kind of auto through the rest of it until we get to any sort of roadblock. But I was going to say, yeah, Dragon Ball is a franchise that I really enjoyed as a kid, but particularly Dragon Ball itself. So I'm not really a big Dragon Ball Z fan, or, GT, or any of the subsequent spin-off series, but the original Dragon Ball with Goku as a child, to me that's a classic. So I did watch a lot of Z growing up, and I think at the time I would have probably evaluated it more highly. But looking back on it, how many episodes were spent just powering up so you could unleash your move in the next episode? There was a lot of filler to it, I think, in a way that Dragon Ball, as comedic as some of the arcs were, they all sort of felt significant to me. At least that's kind of my take on it now. I don't know about the popularity of more recent franchises. Like, I know there's some Super Saiyan Blue thing. I have no context or knowledge of where that franchise is at all at this point, but it's not something I really keep up with. The closest I keep to that is sort of Smash, I would say, and just people wanting Goku in Smash, which I would be fine with. I would say go for the kid variation. That's the original, and a beloved one, and kind of fits a little bit better perhaps with the Smash aesthetic, although all sorts of stuff is getting in these days to where, if you have Bayonetta and Snake, like, you could pretty much make anything work if you want to. And now you even have Sephiroth, who's been pretty fun to play so far. Alright, so auto all day, and let me go back here. Oh, so we're dueling against a dragon here? We're dueling against Daikokuten? Alright, let's see how this works. Will Daikokuten show up as a boss? Yeah, I don't think in... Ah, okay. Well, that's interesting. And sadly, just like Ieyasu, just utterly wrecked. But I don't think in the last New Year's event, a Clawful Caper, Daikokuten was actually a boss at any point. I'm trying to remember. I know we had to fight a fish in a quest called Subdue the Snapper, and I think that was just the boss fight for the event, and there was no extra trial fight or bonus battle or anything. So Daikokuten complete for standard difficulty. We'll probably learn in the event stories later on about the role that Daikokuten played, and now we're going to fight against Yoshitsune, it looks like. So our core team of basic adventurers from the campaign seems to be holding up fairly well here. Now we're fighting against a wolf, so every round I suppose we have to do some type of fiend roundup in order to qualify. Honestly, these events are kind of just a pretense for the rewards, and I'm okay with that. Obviously, it doesn't look like there's anything particular about the fiend maps. The Coliseum style maps, so far, it's a little disappointing to see it's single combat only. I'm hoping by the end of this that there is one that is kind of like a 4v4 or something like that, or has waves of enemies. Because the Coliseum event that initially ran back during the Fire Emblem Heroes Kindred Ties event, which was the second Fire Emblem crossover event we ever had, that had a really robust Coliseum event. There were different elements and different difficulties, And within each, there were waves of enemies culminating in a fight against that element's Great Worm, plus a Gala adventure from that element. That felt pretty robust, and I thought at the time that maybe if they brought that back, they could vary it up, have the waves in different orders, mix and match different element adventurers to make it a little bit more challenging. So I really hope we see something like that here, and in particular, I would hope that it was more than one stage to kind of fit what I thought a Coliseum event would be like, given we've only had one Coliseum incident so far, but through expert difficulty, it looks like it's another duel, so I presume we're going to fight against Yoshitsune here. She is water element, and this is expert. Let's see if it makes any difference. It's kind of making a difference. It took longer. It took longer to beat her, and she hit us a couple times. Daikokuten got in some hits too, I think. So, I guess that's a step in the right direction. Dragalia has been in an odd place with event difficulty, and I don't really know what the workaround is, to be honest, because around the game's first anniversary, the point was made that we're going to introduce better and better weapons, but we're going to keep making the events that happen relatively easy to keep them accessible. The problem is, if you actually farmed up and collected some of these better weapons, even beginning with the Chimera tech up to Hydreigon weapons and now Agito weapons, the event content just becomes a cakewalk. And in the first year of Dragalia Lost, a lot of the difficulty was actually in acclimating to the events and taking them on for the first time. Maybe it was an event that had never had an element before, an element that had never had an event before, rather, so you had to power up that team for the first time. Like those first few events, and raid events in particular, to get the speed epithets, even facility events to get the challenge battle cleared, it was pretty hard. And I think Dragalia moved away from putting the difficulty into its events and now has it in the form of permanent content. One thing I'm excited to check out, which hasn't released at the time I'm recording this, which is the day this event came out, is the Morsayati's Reckoning battle. So I am looking forward to that. I'll probably check it out today at the time you're watching this, and probably post a video on it whenever I'm able to get it clear. But that is something that I hope can kind of give events that sense of difficulty again, because the Omegas were a good solution when Kronos and Kronos Nyx were around the first anniversary. That was a cool way of having sort of optional content that you get rewards for, but it's not a must clear, like especially Omega 2 and Omega 3. If you don't clear it, it's okay. You do lose out on some good rewards, but if you're a brand new player, it can be hard to pull it off. But I think that Omega just feels padded at this point. It's not like any new patterns usually. It's really just stats creep and gear check. So as of now, I think the Morsayati's Reckoning has a lot of potential, but otherwise, for difficult content, the legend fights are probably the thing I'm most excited about for the game's future. Alright, tournament finals. It looks like we're going to fight against Seimei, and let's see if Otto can bring it home. And after this, I think we will have our EX crystals. So using those... Oh, does Yuden look tiny? There, that's a little better. Nah, it's just that the boss enemies in these are always big. Yuden almost died. I will say that. Look, he's below half HP. So, that was a good challenge. More of a challenge than the earlier rounds, for sure. And let's check something with the points here. I think for this difficulty, yeah, it's just a fixed amount of points. So, presumably for the EX difficulty is when we'll actually see points starting to really scale. And let's see exactly how that works as we collect our Master Difficulty reward. Very nice. So let's see what else is in here. The special exhibition begins. All right, time to check it out. Welcome, one and all, to the Hinamoto Fortune Fighters Martial Arts Tournament Special Exhibition Matches. With the crowd this excited, it seems we'll need to hold another round before they've had their fill. And that's not to mention the entrants still hungry to fight. Sorry, but we're dragging you all along for the ride. Well, there was one fighter who mostly seemed hungry for mochi, but we talked him into coming back for another round. It's impressive that you managed to con that lot into this. Not bad for a dumb fox. Hey, I ain't dumb. You're the meanest, I swear. Anyhow, on to the best news. I've been stuck playing MC this whole time, but now I finally get to join in on the fun. Go easy on me, everybody. I'll do my best to make it a rip-roaring hoot of a time. I too will be joining this contest. Try not to disappoint the crowd, huh? And with that said, let the special matches begin. Okay, cool, so I guess we're gonna fight against Seimei, who we just battled, as well as Kuzunoha. Kuzunoha didn't really do anything in her fried tofu match in the last event, so maybe she'll actually do something now. There's 4 of us, so how bad could it really be? And for this one, points probably will matter, so if you're trying to max out on points, maybe you want to throw in some life shields. We'll check at the end of this which elements are preferred for use. Oh, well maybe we have to actually play here, lest we get bled on. Who all is there? Botan, Suzaka? Oh, it's actually waves! Let's go! This is actually a real Coliseum happening. I mean, kind of. We'll dragon up. Hanabusa, Mitsuhide were there. There's Daikokuten, as well as Nobunaga. Alright, I don't think we're gonna get off our... Oh yeah, we did. We got off our Mars skill. Alright, now we have Yoshitsune by herself. She's kind of running away. And I brought a healing skill on Yuden, thinking I might need it. And I very well might have, had this been full auto. So she's down, and now Seimei and the Fox. Kuzunoha, yep. Let's see if that hits both of them. Looks like it did. Now Seimei ran away, so we can't hit him from there. But we can do this. And that'll hit both of them. Looks like Kuzunoha is defeated, and Seimei should follow shortly. Alright, so I suppose, did we start with 10 minutes? That might have been a 90-second clear. Once we started going manual, I might have actually slowed us down compared to auto, because it looked like it was working well, but once I realized it was more of an exciting fight, I really wanted to check it out the proper way. So let's see how the prestige on this works. Alright, so don't let anyone fall in battle, or no more than one person, 300 seconds or less, 350 seconds or less, 400 or less. Limit the number of times you take damage to 40, 50, or 60? Jeez. This is very generous as far as letting you take damage. Alright, that makes it easy enough. It's typically not the case that you're crunched for points in any of these style events anyway. Like, if you do the dailies on these, by the end of the event, you're going to be able to clear out the reward list, in this case for prestige, normally for glory. Aha, Encore EX, suggested might 35k, so maybe this will be harder. Maybe we will fail here. It's definitely possible. I don't have a healer on the team right now, so this could get violent. Let's see what happens. Looks like High Jupiter's stage right now. Or maybe even regular Jupiter. Alright, certainly felt Suzaka and her Force Strike drawing me in there. Oh no. Alright, we're in some pain right now. Let's try hit both of them with this, or all 3 of them, and same with my first skill. Alright. Oh, yeah, Aussie, where are you? Where are you, bud? You're hiding over here? Alright, that totally whiffed. I don't like when he just stands there menacingly. What is he gonna do? But I think we've taken care of Ieyasu at this point. Looks like we're about to get our dragon. Yep, we did. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use it on cooldown. Yuden has some mechanics that benefit him when he shapeshifts, so might as well shapeshift sooner rather than later. This is going to charge up all my skills, including a heal, so in case any of my teammates are in jeopardy, I can use that. Probably will just... Luca! No, Luca! Why? Well, this isn't good. We'll probably have to redo this for, full clear endeavors. Or maybe we won't even win. Alright, they're dealing decent damage here. This is good stuff. Alright, gonna use my skill. And I think I'm gonna use my Agito to heal now. Oh, that Mitsuhide is pretty strong. Alright, we're gonna get our dragon. I think we want a dragon immediately just so we can start charging. Ah, that was pretty bad. Oh, I forgot Nobunaga and Daikokutsun are there. I practically didn't see her last time. We got our heal off, but it is just low and it's a shared skill, so it's not like it's healing for a lot. Nice. Double break. We'll use our skill again. Oh, I think we walked into Nobunaga there. Yeah, Nobunaga's bullying us. She has really good priority on her standard attacks. Oh no. Let's iframe this. I don't know why I did that. I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh, Yuden's dead. Everybody but Ellie's dead. Wow, okay. They did add something exciting to this. That's good. So I think at this point, we'll give up. Let's regroup, do a little team building, and see where that leaves us. Alright, so on one hand, you know, it's not just auto content, so that's good. Unfortunately, we also just got kind of wrecked here, so that's not good. So I think that all of our problems can probably be solved by throwing on a healer. And since Luca, despite, you know, being a character in the event, had the biggest liability there, I think I'm going to replace him. And we'll throw on Cleo as our healer since she's just a standard, regular old healer. Obviously, this Cat Sith, not a good dragon for her. She can't really do a lot of skill damage, so I guess we'll use Fatalis. Could also use Nidhogg or something like that. Have a Wormprint set just for her. And, you know, maybe we should reconsider these dragons. I just put these on as generic dragons. Well, I actually just thought it looked cool because they were all Gala dragons, but, like, this isn't an optimal dragon by any means. So we could throw on Meridimus or Gown and Krenna. I guess Gown and Krenna makes sense. And for Ronzel, I mean, he's not the best at keeping combo. That's the only thing with Midgard Stormer 0. But the extra HP might not be a bad thing. I think we're going to try it. And let's leave everything else how it is. So let's see how this does. We might get wrecked just as badly as before. We didn't significantly power ourselves up, right? No Grace thrown in, no Patya, no double buff shenanigans happening. So we still could be in for a world of hurt here, to be sure.
Is everyone ready? It's pumping time.
I think we just have to watch out. Something practically killed Luca in one hit. So healer might not make that big of a difference. Also, that huge purple is very scary, and now Elisand's blading. So this one might be going, you know, worse, a lot faster than that previous one did. Yeah, fighting these sometimes feels like when you're playing the Battle Royale and the other people you're playing against seem to have a better connection than you, or their hit priority is just like interrupting everything you try to do. That's kind of how it feels fighting these, because their attacks do sort of just stop what you're trying to do at times. Alright, that was pretty good. Let's try to get both of them here. And I see Mitsuhide got hit as well, but I'm going to finish off Hanabusa first. There's Mitsuhide. Yes, we were able to finish her off. Let's use a heal. And now Blazing Circlet. This is the round where we died last time. But at least some of our adventurers have life shields up right now. That's a good thing. I don't know if that's something that Nobu could dispel. That would be alarming if she could. Alright, going well so far. Definitely better than last time. People are alive, so that's good. Seems like something we'd want to avoid. Let's just Force Strike. Do some basic attacks. Nobu's almost broken, now she is. Ah, I got lucky malleted. Alright, I think Nobu's done. And we got our dragon, so now let's use our dragon. And this should help us finish off that Kokuten. Now for the next round, Yoshitsune. She's alone, but still dangerous. She also kind of runs a lot, so... And she is water element. I see that we are doing reduced damage to her, so... Not just, you know, not just for flavor reasons is she water element. It actually applies here. It's nice to actually see some of her hitboxes, though, because... Oh, did not expect that to last as long as it did. But I was going to say, because in the boss battle in the last event, you couldn't really make out a lot of what she was trying to do, because that boss battle ended so fast, you know? You know, I also just realized there might be some endeavors for clearing this quickly. And, as of now, I don't think we're going to be there. I have to say, the targeting reticle is very cool with her. I really like how her hitboxes are and her attack patterns as a boss. Alright, let's get out of the way of this. Oh, thank you, whoever did that. So let's see if this is enough to give us a dragon. If so, that should put us in a pretty good position for the final wave, but our heal is almost charged as well, so I might want to... Yeah, almost all my skills are charged. Let's go ahead and unleash them first, and then we'll dragon, because obviously when we exit Mars, we get a skill recharge. So I'm going for Kuzunoha first, not for any reason, but she just happens to be near me. And if she is an actual healer, it might be important to get rid of her first. Kind of position behind her. Was trying to do that so I could also get Seimei, but I don't think it really worked. That looked dangerous. So Ronzel could be in trouble in this round because he's wind element and they're both flame. Having well, really all sorts of elements in this is pretty cool. But the elemental tomes are for wind and flame because of Luca and Elisande's kimono ults. Alright, just Seimei now. He's about to go down. And that does it. Hey, that was a pretty fun challenge. Glad we got to check that out together. Let's see how badly we did when we look at the possible rewards, and maybe we have to come back and do this faster or something. That was actually genuinely fun. It's a shame it's only one battle at the end of the whole event, but frankly, with the bar that was set for these events, this is actually pretty good. This is better than some of the past events we've seen of this type, I think. So allow no more than one of your team to fall in battle, finish in 400 seconds or less, 450 or less, 500 or less, 40, 50, 60 times you take damage. We might have been in the, we might have almost hit 40 at that point, because we got hit a lot. Okay, and a lot of good rewards. So let's see in the endeavors now. We've completed everything for the event. Let's sort of just check out what is left here. Oh yeah, I wanted to check one thing on that as well. So if we hit the plus icon, it doesn't really explain what the quest endeavor rewards are there. Alright, 400 seconds or less is the benchmark to finish. Don't allow anyone to fall in battle, so we obviously would have failed that the first time, and no more than 2 in battle, we would have failed that as well. So, and with only Ellie left, even if we could have made it, I don't think we would have done 400 seconds or less. So we're done at this point, unless there's some incentive to continue playing that battle. I think we were able to do everything we needed to on it. Let's check the endeavors. So first of all, did we finish our daily endeavors? Yes, we did. And there's even a summon voucher in there. That was never removed from events of this type, but good to see it is still there and hasn't been removed. And we got a lot of rupees. decent amount of Wormite here. And this is for the EX. Encore EX gave us an epithet. The rest, we'll go ahead and accept all. The rest, 10 tournament matches, quests on Master. The exhibition match EX, you play repeatedly, but not the Encore version. And then the combat veteran epithet. Looks like that's pretty much all you have to do. You just have to beat it once, and then you're good for the rewards. Obviously, I'm going to go through here and collect all the good stuff from the treasure trade. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with this event. It's going to check out the story. No real expectations on it. But, with these events being kind of slow in the beginning, it's nice that it doesn't take too long to actually really clear through all the content. We were able to do it here in one sitting in not that much playtime, so that is something I enjoy about these, is they, from now on, once you finish it the first day, it's pretty easy to just kind of go in and maintain an auto. Thing I really want, well, I'll get this, but I really need Crimson Cores right now. I try to get as many as possible during the half stamina cost on High Dragons, because that standard difficulty gave a lot of rupees as well as Crimson Core, but I need even more of them to finish my weapon bonuses for the core weapons. Anyway, y'all, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the Fortune's Fray event. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Thank you as always for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time.